I mean, this is the fastest team ever for Clan Boss. Nothing's faster than this. 3-to-1 ratio, guys. I mean, it's insane. Welcome. I'm the Deadwood Jedi, and thank you guys for coming in. We're doing a Raid Shadow Legend video, and this is one I am super excited about. I've made something that, honestly, for a long time I didn't think was possible, and I am still debating whether it's practical, but it is an unbelievably cool composition, something I put a ton of my silver, a lot of my energy, and a whole bunch of time into making happen. Before I get into it, before I show you guys, I just want to ask you guys if you can take the time, please subscribe to my channel. Last time I asked you guys really stepped up. We added another almost 2,000 subscribers in about 2 weeks. I really appreciated that. If you like this kind of content, please take the time, do that. Hit the notification bell so you know when my next videos come out. This is the kind of stuff that enables me to continue to make this stuff for you guys. I don't want to beat a dead horse with it. I just want to throw that out there for you guys. Hopefully you guys can throw a little love back and support me on it. You guys have done that this whole time, so I have no doubts you guys are going to step up to that plate. I really appreciate that. This composition, as teased, as you saw in the thumbnail, as you saw in the little intro, this is a 3-1 ratio team. This is the fastest team in Clan Boss history. There's not a team that's been faster than this. There's definitely not a team that's faster than this currently. This is a bit of a proof of concept video. This version of this build is using my champs, my speed, so I had to, it's not like the optimal build. I only have so many champions on my account. I don't have a Draco, I don't have a Martyr, I don't have a lot of things that could maybe make this more viable as far as damage dealing. But the fact that we can do that is pretty incredible. Now, you might be wondering, why am I doing this with such poor champions? Why am I doing this now? The new patch is coming out in, I think, about a week, maybe 2. But as soon as that happens, my Siphi, who is kind of key to making this maybe not work, but making it viable, she's going to get nerfed. Her cooldown on her speed ability is going to get extended to 4 turns instead of 3. That's going to kill this. I'm not going to be able to use her in this. One of the beautiful things of doing a 3-1 ratio is anybody on a 3-turn cooldown, you can use that literally every turn, which is amazing for Siphi when she has a 3-turn cooldown. That's about to change. So I was looking at my team, I realized I have the gear now to do this, to make the speeds necessary. I have the champions for it. I should try it. I mean, if I don't do it now, when will I do it? So that's what's happening right now. That's why I've decided to go ahead and destroy, you know, a bunch of my teams, a bunch of my champions, and just kind of break them down into a way that I can use them for Clan Boss here. And in a week, I will have to dismantle it and start over again. But I think it's worth it, because I think this is one of the coolest things possible. I mean, this for me is that first step on the moon, that trip to Mars, the discovery of the new world, like 3-1 ratio. Who could have thought it would be possible? But we're doing it, and I'm excited to show that to you guys. So I'm going to show you guys the gear that we're working with and champions that I'm bringing in. Then we'll do a run. I'll show you that, show you the setup. We'll walk through all 3 attacks in one turn because it's stupid and insane. And then we'll recap it at the end, pretty much like I do in most of my videos. And then tomorrow I should have another video out, I think, that might shine a little bit more light on the true potential of this composition going forward. And then hopefully I'll be able to show you something that is maybe damage viable, but we'll see. I'll be honest, guys, this is not a practical composition. This is proof of concept. If you want to build this team, it means you have insane speed, insane champions, and not a whole lot to do, and you just want to play around a little bit. And I fully encourage that, because that's what I did. I don't know that I have all that insane speeds or champions or gear, but I made it work, and I'm really happy to be able to share this with you guys. So without further ado, let's jump in. All right, guys, here we are in my account. These are the champions we're going to be using today, and as always, have to start with Siphi. this is the reason why I wanted to make this composition, because in a week or two, whenever the new patch comes out, I won't be able to run this anymore. Sify is hugely important to making this run, although you can do it without her, but for me, it becomes a lot more viable with her in this composition, and I can't do it when she gets changed. So I figured let's do it now. Give you an idea of her kit, what I have going on, just so you can kind of get a brief idea. I'm just going to show that and talk a little bit over it. I don't want to go over it too much. Only thing I'll point out, 323, that is the speed I have her at. The speeds can be mixed and matched a little bit. There is some room in there. Just know that they have to be stupid fast. Masteries, I'll show you right here. We got... it's pretty typical clan boss stuff, right? We're always going to come down to War Master or Giant Slayer. We're going to avoid all the trouble masteries on the support or the defensive tree. Pretty simple. With her, I want as much healing and I want as much speed as possible. We've got Arbiter in. Now, I didn't fully master her out because don't need to, really. We are going to be using her for her weakened ability, so that's why we came all the way down here to Master Hexer. I also needed a lot of speed. That's why I came down to Lore of Steel. Otherwise, straight down to War Master. Pretty typical with her as well. You can see the gear and the speed. We have her at 315 speed. Very fast. That's going to kind of be the theme of this game. Everything is fast. Just trying to put as much speed in as we can. We last a fairly long time, but not all the way to the end of it. So then we're going to bring in Battle Khazar. Battle Khazar I'm bringing in for two reasons. One, poisons, and two, healing. We take a lot of damage. We have people in only speed gear. I don't have any massive shields from like a Valkyrie. I don't have Leech from like Mashal. So have to use Battle Khazar to keep the healing up, and does a really good job of that. Have him in stalwart gear though, so that helps a lot. You did see the speed. We have him at 235 right now. So still got to be real fast. Masteries, same thing, almost identical to Sify, quite frankly. Pretty much the same setup there. And then we're going to go and we are going to bring in Tyrell. And Tyrell we have for the Masteries, excuse me. Masteries, here we go. We went defensive tree. This is what I've had set up before. Definitely could probably alter this a little bit and make it a little bit better, but I think this is a pretty good setup here for him. And as far as the artifacts go, he's also in stalwart gear to help him survive a little bit longer. 263 speed. Now Tyrell's kind of our damage dealer, so I bumped his crit rate up. Meant our defense and our health is a little bit lower than I'd like. Still have to maintain the accuracy, so definitely a difficult build to get him up to 265 and still be able to hit as hard as he can. And then the very last champion is kind of the linchpin of the whole thing, making it work here for us. Haikatoon. Haikatoon's going to make this thing work. Reason is we need a third speed champion to make this work. Like crazy speeds we need, guys. Got it up to 291 speed. You can see that the defense is pretty high, highest on the team, strangely enough. And then Masteries, we went, again, pretty traditional. We could definitely go down defensive tree, but Haikatoon's not the first to die, so it's not a huge issue. Yeah, that's the 5. That's the 5 champs, guys. I don't know how we're going to survive this, quite frankly, but somehow we will. Now, I'm able to put all these champions into stalwart gear because we have so much healing in the composition. Now, Arbiter really doesn't do any healing unless you're under 50% health, and that won't actually be the case very often, not by the time she uses her speed up ability. She uses that towards the end of the composition to make sure that we get the extra turns in. But we have Battle Khazar and we have Sify the Lost Bride, and they're both going to be doing Sify. You heal when Sify's on your team. You heal every single turn, like 15% of your HP, which is like a continuous heal. Battle Khazar is going to put 2 of those on, and because we're going so fast, those buffs are going to be happening every single turn. So we can go all the way down to 0, and we will heal all the way back up. We also have 2 revivers in this team, so while we might fall out of sync once somebody dies, we will still be able to bring them back and stay alive a little bit longer. Currently, against Clan Boss, I'm not doing Void right now, which actually suits us. That means Tyrell's going to be taking the stun, and that's not a bad solution for us. And I think he should be able to last a fairly long time. I'd prefer him to have a little bit higher defense for the stun, but it's probably going to be the AoEs that would kill him normally. So now with the stalwart gear, hopefully he'll be able to survive a little bit longer, and We'll see how well this comp can do. Now, guys, this is not by any means, this is not a like major damage dealing kind of composition. I don't have the champions for it. I'll tell you what though, if I could bring in a martyr for Tyrell, this would do a heck of a lot more damage because we'd add a counterattack to it. We're talking 4 attacks every turn. But I don't have a martyr, and so I would need that to be able to bring in the decreased attack and the decreased defense debuffs, and those are essential, of course, to staying alive and doing more damage. So without that, that really is the only champion I could bring in to substitute for that. Without that, we're going to go with Tyrell, Bad Alcazar. I do need Bad Alcazar to make sure that we're healing enough. If we were able to get Leech out, I wouldn't need that so much. Grush, the Grush guy, the new free-to-play guy, he might be a decent substitution here for Tyrell, but we'd still be missing the decreased defense ability, so probably not the best all the same. Let's just break it down. Our whole thing here is speed. I'm bringing in 3 champions to do speed alone. The fact that they can do other things is the only thing that makes this comp anywhere near viable. But this is a proof of concept thing, guys, that we can take 3 attacks in 1 turn. That's freaking insane. I mean, insane. So that by itself, I think, is pretty remarkable. Anyway, I'm excited about this run. Hopefully you guys are too. So let's go ahead and get in, and you can see what we're doing here. Alright guys, we're going to do one more run here on Ultra Nightmare. We're going to see if we can't show off the power of this composition. Just loose term. Yeah, let's jump in. So the setup is pretty easy to do this. And make sure we're off auto. There's going to be a 2-turn delay there with Siffy. We're going to use the A4 with Arbiter start. And Haikatoon can just do her thing. Try and get that decreased defense, which of course we failed with Tyrell. And we're gonna wait 1 turn for Bad L's poisons. 1 more delay there with Siffy. Arbiter's gonna use the A1. And then here on turn count 1, magic begins to happen. Start getting everybody in sync. You go ahead and use the speed buff from Siffy. Go ahead and use the poisons and the heals from Bad L. And the speed boost from Arbiter. We click auto, and we're good to go. Simple, easy setup. Not a simple comp to come up with, nor to gear. Ridiculous. Spent way too much trying to do this today. Look, this is I don't know, just one of those things, like, to be able to do it. I built a team that can go at a 3-1 ratio. Now I can say that. It's crazy good. Well, I mean, it's not that great, but it's a crazy team. This is a proof of concept type of team, you know, that it can be done. Now the challenge is, how can you make this damage worthy? I don't know. Don't ask me. My only idea that I can see to improve this is bringing Martyr instead of Tyrell. You get the same buffs, same debuffs, and you get counterattack, so that would definitely help. But outside of that, I really don't know how you would make this better. There's limitations. You're using 3 champions to do the speed, not to mention the rest of it. You know, trying to actually get damage out of it, that's much more of a challenge and needs a lot more gear. Just so you have an idea, this turn count, by about turn 7, we're going to be fully in that tune. So right now, we're really close. We're like 1 champion off of being in a 3-1 ratio. But turn 7, that's when we finally hit it. And everything goes swimmingly, I guess you'd say. But yeah, we'll go ahead and count those turns out because I think it's pretty cool to be able to see this, quite frankly. All right, so I'm going to slow it down to 1 time speed so we can see it. There's Arbiter, first turn, right? Bad L goes, Tyrell goes, get Haikatoon with the speed buff, Siffy with her A1 ability. There we go, Arbiter, second turn. Bad L, second turn. Tyrell, second turn. Haikatoon. Siffy, gonna put up the speed buffs. Then back around, there goes Arbiter with the speed boost. Bad L, Tyrell, Haikatoon, and very last, Siffy. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Now, you can see these turns are going to repeat exactly like this every single time. There's no variation to it because it's 3-turn cooldowns for everything. So Tayrella's the only one with 4-turn cooldowns here, so his stuff is going to vary a little bit, but everybody else, we're going to get that same turn meter boost from Arbiter at the same time. We're going to get the same speed buff from Siffy, same speed buff from Haikatoon every single time in this. It's how it goes at this crazy level in speed. So all in all, pretty cool composition. I'm quite proud of it. So let me get myself off the screen and I'll let you guys watch the rest of it. All right, 23 million. Not the worst, not the best, but we got it. Can't be too angry at that. We did full 3-1 ratio, guys. Did almost 30 turns. I mean, the damage level is way too low. I grant you that. But pretty cool to see, I have to say. Pretty cool to see, you know? The people I've talked to and worked with, none of us have really figured out a way to make this viable, but I had to do it. If I didn't do it now, I never would. Well, that's a pretty crazy comp. I mean, 3-to-1 ratio is just insane speeds. Insane speeds. I'm so happy to be able to actually do it, because like in a week or 2 weeks, whenever the new patch comes out, I won't be able to. They'll change the skills on Siffy so that this won't be possible in this way. So I really wanted to make sure I got this out while I could, because I just think it's super cool. I think it's super cool. I think it's worth trying. It's worth showing you guys what is possible out there. Honestly, showing myself what's possible. I didn't think I had come up with these speeds months ago. I didn't think I'd ever be able to do it. And I was thinking about it today, and I was like, you know what? I got the gear. I got the champs. Let's just do it and see what it is. I'm not going to be able to in a week or two, so might as well do it now. And we got to 3-1. Now, it's not a damage dealer. It's definitely not a super viable composition. There's little ways you can make it better, right? You can bring in a Martyr instead of Tyrell. You can, you know, maybe manual it, use a Golden Reaper instead of Siffy, perhaps. There's ways to get around this. But, I mean, you know, it's a challenge. And, quite frankly, this is awesome. I don't know. It's just awesome and worth doing. I'm glad I got to share it with you guys. So thank you for coming along on this ride. And if you guys are still here after this ride, please take the time to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you guys do know when the next video is coming out. Always important. And then hit the like down below. That's going to help more people see this video, which I think, you know, if you guys enjoyed it, I'm sure you want other people to see this too. So thank you guys very much. Always appreciate the support. Visit the website. I still have my Patreon up. Come check that out if you're looking for some coaching. It's a great way to go about doing that. Otherwise, guys, as always, a pleasure. Thank you for indulging me on this one. This one was for me as much as it is for you guys, so I appreciate that. Till next we meet, I'm the Deadwood Jedi.